Hello, everyone. This presentation is titled Why Summer College ID Showcase Camps Can Be a Waste of Money. Getting quite a few calls in the past couple of weeks from families inquiring should they put their kids in summer college ID showcase camps. Some are sophomores, some are juniors, not too many seniors. But I figure, you know what? Let me address this. So the college summer showcase camps, there are a convenient method to possibly get recruited by a college, although they're becoming increasingly expensive. Now, since most college athletes don't receive scholarships, it can be hard to see the return on the investment by attending these summer showcase camps. Now, please understand, it's not that the summer college showcase camps are automatically a waste of money, but they could very well be if a player makes some of the following mistakes that I'm going to address. First, you do not have an honest and realistic idea of your skill and play level. And this happens all the time. Players think that they're better than they really are, and their attitude is not as good as they think that it is, as well as the level of commitment. So it's a mistake that I see all the time. Players and families make the mistake of not having an honest, realistic evaluation of their skill level, as well as the commitment and overall attitude to participate in a college sport, which is not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. All these things differ from a 2-year school to a Division III or a Division I level school. Therefore, there's no reason to attend a showcase camp with nationally ranked Division I programs and pro scouts if your skill level is not at that point. If your skill level is at a Division III level, you will not get noticed and you will not be in front of the right coaches. So getting this wrong could cost you money because the coaches, you're not going to be good enough to be recruited by those coaches. You're not in front of the right coaches. If you are a Division III level player, you should be seen by Division III coaches. Next one is you do not know and confirm which coaches will attend. So in case you're not aware, a lot of these camps are intended for the coaches to raise money for their programs. So of course, this does not mean that such camps are bad deals for the players, especially if it is a school that they're interested in attending. It just, you have to make sure that you know that the coaches you're interested in are there. Now, if you are just a player that is looking to just get some experience of what college programs are looking for, well, it doesn't really make a difference what coaches are there. But if you are a player that is going specifically for a certain college or university, make sure that those coaches are there. As I stated before, attending a camp without knowing what coaches will be present, it is definitely a waste of money. Be certain to follow up and be sure that the college you are interested in will be represented there by its coaching staff. Make sure to follow up, even though they may be listed on the summer camp's website. Make sure that you have in contact with the coaching staff and someone from that university or college will be there. Next one, you do not advise the coaches of your attendance in the particular camp. So let's say that there are 150 players in the camp. How does a coach decide which players he or she should look at and pay attention to? If they decide that particular day, if they decide at the campsite which players stand out and they have to make a quick evaluation on who to pay attention to, it's a non-productive use of the coach's time. And they don't have that kind of time to waste. Let's be honest. Coaches show up at these camps with a list of players that they're already interested in and want to see them in action. If you do not contact the coach ahead of the camp, develop a little bit of a communication and interest in you, you will not get on the coach's list, and therefore, you're not going to have his attention. So it's crucial that you guys, or the players, understand and advise the coaches that, quote unquote, are going to be in these camps and you have an interest in the school, that you will be there. You do not have the time to introduce yourself to the coach. I'm sorry, you do not take the time to introduce yourself to the coach and the school that you're interested in during the camp. See it all the time in the camps that and the kids that come to our school. They're a little bit shy. Um, they're trying to kind of blend in, kind of not hide, but blend in, don't draw attention to themselves. Well, guess what? This is the time that you need to shine. This is the time that you need to be outspoken and make sure you stand out. So, something very small as an introduction is key to a coach having an immediate impression of you. Grab that opportunity and introduce yourself to that coach. Although you are not on the coaches, although you are, I'm sorry, you are on the coaches list and he's planning on watching you, this is your opportunity to make a great impression before you even get on the field. By doing so, you're letting him know that you are easy to get along with. You have a great personality, you have leadership skills, and you'll be a great addition to the team. So you're making it easier for him to recruit you. Here's another one. You do not take every opportunity to be around the ball. Be involved in as many plays and situations as possible in order to demonstrate your abilities. Once again, see it in all camps. Players do not want to draw attention to themselves. They're not trying to hide, but they're trying not to draw too much attention to themselves in light of being afraid that they might make a mistake. Well, guess what? Even when you make a mistake, that's a good thing. And I'll tell you how. Coaches show up in showcase ID cams knowing which players they're going to evaluate and watch. They aren't going to watch you only when you make big plays. They're going to be watching you play even when you make mistakes. And here's important. How you handle your mistakes and how you bounce back is just as important as when you make great plays. They will be watching you during the warm-ups, during the water breaks, as well as during instructional breaks. Instructional breaks are the ones when you take a break and the coaches tell you what's going to happen next, what activity you're going to do, what they want you to do. Listen, you can't count on the game to provide every opportunity to showcase your skills. So you need to find opportunities to always stand out. So take every chance you can to make sure that you stand out from the rest of the group. Let's see. You do not take every opportunity to create positive impressions and interaction with players, coaches, and staff. That's another good one. Introducing yourself to the coaches that you have contact in and that you attend the camp is on the beginning. The extra little things like warming up, let's say a player comes on late and you pick up a ball and you start warming up with him or her, helping another player understand an activity or something that a coach explained, congratulating a player who has made a great play even though you don't know them that well, encouraging a player who made an attempt but did not succeed, hustling on and off the field during water break. All these little things are things that coaches are watching. So they're not just watching your skill level, they're also watching your attitude. They're watching your personality. As a college level enrollment player, you're dealing with grown-ups. So don't let your parents talk for you. Any conversation, by the way, that you may have around the field, a coach can overhear it. So make sure you don't badmouth any parents or any other players. After a bad play, don't sulk. If you make an error, that's okay. How you bounce back is what we're looking for. Don't sulk and definitely don't throw a temper tantrum. Attitude and how you deal with adversity is crucial and is noticed by the coaching staff. Here's another one. You do not follow up with coaches after a camp. Almost every player that I know will not pick up the phone to call a coach after a camp to find out if they're interested in him or her as a possible recruit. If you had the chance to interact with a coach, talk to them during the camp, now it becomes a lot easier to make that phone call since you already have established some kind of communication. So now it's easier just to pick up the phone call and say, hey, coach, just call and just say thank you very much. You could do that, with a phone call, or you can send an email and then follow up a phone call. But, actually, if you do both, it kind of shows urgency on your part. But it's a perfect time to, say, hey, coach, thank you very much for the camp. I enjoyed it very much. And at the same time, trying to get some feedback and engage in conversation with that coach. If a coach does not contact you right after camp, don't just assume that there's no interest. There might be reasons why he hasn't done so. He may have other camps to attend. You may have other players to scout or talk to, and all kinds of things. So don't just assume that there's no interest. Follow up and make sure that you establish if there's an interest or not, so you can move on, so you know where you stand. The last one is something that's very, very simple, and it should be on the top of the list. You got to know your academic stats. So this is one of the easiest things to remember. Know your scores. Okay, you got to make it easy for the coach to recruit you. So the first thing a coach will seek after determining that he has an interest in you is, do you meet all the NCAA, conference, and college academic requirements? Simple. You got to know your GPA and your test scores in order to be able to provide it to them, so you can make it easy for the coach to make a determination. Yes, I want to pursue this recruit, or no, sorry, you don't qualify. It's that simple, guys. At the end of the day, please remember this. It all begins and ends with you. You need to write the emails. You need to be proactive. You need to speak to coaches. You need to visit the different facilities in the different universities and colleges. You need to interact, not mom and dad or anybody else. It's always up to you. It begins and ends with you. I wish you lots of luck in this summer's recruiting, quote unquote, summer college ID showcase camps. I hope you do your best judgment and get a great opportunity to be recruited by a college university. Have a great one.